morning, everyone. How are you? How are you? How are you? Today is Monday. No, it's not. It's not Monday. And why on earth do I want to go back to Monday? Today is Wednesday, August 14th. I am Natalie, aka the Naughty Hooker. If you are new to my channel, thank you for taking time to come and see me, to visit in my little small part of the world. And if you are returning, thank you for taking the time to come back and put up with the craziness that is me. Let's see, the last time we talked, I was getting ready for my son's wedding on my birthday. Yeah. So that happened. It was a it was a beautiful wedding. It was in Atlanta. Well, it's funny because people say, "Oh, I live in Atlanta," or well, the same thing with me. I tell people I live in Charleston because Moncks Corner, most people don't know. And as you might have noticed from my new setup, I am no longer in Moncks Corner. I am now in North Charleston. That's a whole story. I'm not even going to get into it or what have you. But I have moved. This is episode 14. And as you can tell if I move my big old noggin out the way. Um, let's see what else. Where did I see? I had a squirrel that just ran across and just took my train of thought right away. But oh, the wedding. The wedding was in Jonesboro, actually, which I guess is just one of the many suburbs or branches off of Atlanta or what have you. But you had two options. You could get married on the lake or you could get married in the chapel. And they chose to get married on the lake, which for me, living near water, I'm on the lookout for snakes and alligators. But thankfully, neither one of those appeared and what have you. But it was a beautiful wedding. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you've seen some of the pictures. And I will be more than happy to drop a few more pictures here so you can see my son and his beautiful bride and their offspring or what have you. So it was a good time. It was family, friends. It was a really nice wedding. So that was nice. Came on back home, continued the job searching. I technically have a job. I'm not sure what's going on. I went through several temp services, and one of them called me. They sent me on an interview. And back in the day when I was looking for a job and you signed up with temp agencies, you signed with the temp agencies, they vetted you, they interviewed you, and they call you and say, hey, we got a job, go here. Now, you go through the same process. They vet you, they interview you, then they send you to the company for them to interview you and make the decision or what have you, and they, whatever. So supposedly got this job with this big hospital down here. They have bought 4 new hospitals, and they need people to put in the medical records from the old hospitals into their new system. Fine. Set me in a cubicle, give me a computer, I'm good. I had to take 2 TB tests, one in each arm, had a tetanus shot, and of course a drug test, but I'm still waiting to hear when I'm going to start. Hopefully I'll get a phone call any day now, any minute now, or what have you. So, yeah. So my patience has really been tried, but that's given me even more time to knit and crochet or what have you. So I figured I'd get on real quick and show you that I finished the Beach Day Shawl by Tracie Millar of the Grocery Girls. I conquered those dreaded double yarn overs that I almost gave up on. My feather and fan, I don't like, for some reason I don't like that garter ridge on the feather and fan, so I chose to do Old Shell, and I actually chose to do the whole pattern in stockinette versus garter. Her pattern, the original pattern was garter, so these sections with the holes would have been garter stitch, but I think to me it looks so much better with the whole thing in stockinette, so that's what I chose to do. I put in an extra repeat in the middle. It's only supposed to be one of this section and then the purple, but I chose to do another one because I had plenty of yarn. And I'm like, okay, I don't need it, all this scrap yarn left over. So it came out, of course, even longer than it would have been. And the name of the wrap is the Beach Days wrap, which to me meant that I had to go take pictures on the beach. Makes sense, right? So as soon as I finished it, I got it blocked, took some pictures, got all excited. I got up, went to get the second TB test done. And after I got that done, I said, well, headed out to Isle of Palms to get some pictures. So I get to the beach, and I lived in Charleston. I've lived here probably 30, 40 years. Yeah, let's keep it at that. But I'm not a beach person. I have no desire to sit on the beach and work on my tan. I have no desire to sit on the beach because, sand gets in places it don't have no business. So, when the kids were younger, I would take them every once in a while or what have you. But since they've grown and gone, I have not been to the beach, I know, in a good 20 years. And that's sad because I live a 45-minute ride from the beach. But anyway, so I made the trek to the beach. And now they have little chairs set up with the umbrellas, and I mean, it's all, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I found one that wasn't reserved, and I sat down, and first of all, I'm walking on the beach with this wrap, right? I'm looking around, and I'm the only person of color on the section of the beach that I was at. So I was already standing out already, and here I am with this wool wrap that I'm trying to take pictures of, right? So I know people were like, what on earth is she doing? So, and you have to pay for parking. So I paid $2 for an hour worth of parking. So I'm like, I'm staying for my whole full hours. So I sat in one of the little things under the umbrella, watched it was a beautiful breeze coming in, watched the people frolic in the water and stuff. So I decided, let me get up and go take a picture of this with the tide coming in. So I put it on the ground, tide comes in. Didn't come close enough for the first picture for me to take, right? So I get up and I move it. Well, of course, the second time it comes in too close and it got wet. So I have to wash this again and block it because where the salt water hit it, it's gotten a little stiff. And I don't want to send it to my aunt like that. So I've got to wash it and block it again. Yeah. So, but it is done. It is off my needles. I want to make me one, or I might make my other aunt one. She likes red. So I might make my other aunt one in colors of red. I had plenty of this gray left over. So I think I'm going to do couple of shades of red, and put this gray in it as well for my other aunt. I think that's what I'm going to do. With all this yarn, I hand dyed myself. Let's see, this was a blue that I didn't like. I don't know what I did or what have you, so I over dyed it with magenta. And then this, apparently when I decided to go to EYF last year, this year, I had to commemorate that occasion by dyeing a sock blank. So I dyed this sock blank and I wrote Scotland on the blank. So that's what that is. And then the gray, I took advantage of the sun and did some solar dyeing outside. So the beach days wrap is done. And I know I've mentioned before the knitting guild I belong to, we have a bingo card. And it has various tasks for us to do or what have you. One of the tasks is to knit a charity blanket, which I do try to do at least one or two anyway, but that gave me more incentive to knock that off my bingo card. Now, I have a new project bag. My girlfriend went to Carowinds with her kids and saw this bag, and me, I bleed Carolina blue, so this was just wonderful. I was so excited about it. And of course, that meant blue yarn had to go in the bag, right? So I went looking through my stash to find some blue yarn, because I knew I had Carolina blue yarn. I just didn't realize how much I had. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to get rid of some of this. So I decided to crochet, because I crochet a lot faster than I knit. So this took me, it's a virus blanket. Start in the middle and you just go out. And the yarn I'm using is Michael's Woolite. Oh, I actually have one with the ball band still on it. It's Michael's brand Woolite. And it's a real thin yarn, and you get a lot of yardage with it. It's 85% acrylic, 15% nylon, and I know it has a yardage on here some. 678 yards for one skein. So what I do usually is I hold two together. So I held two together and I made this lap can, because one of the places we donate to is a Caris Healthcare, and it's a hospice center. So I wanted this to go. And the granny squares work up quick, but to me this I like because it had a little bit more character in it than just a regular granny square. So this virus blanket will be donated today, because we have our knitting group today at 2. So I wanted to get this video on so I could get rid of that and give that away. So I finished that. think Sunday or Monday, I can't remember what day. So I owe my old boss a St. Louis Blues hat. Remember the last time I talked to you, I was dying some navy because my first two attempts at navy blue was a dismal fail. So I got my mason jar out again, and I got a navy, a beautiful tonal navy. And all I did was put 6 cups of water. I think I did 3 dashes of navy blue, dark blue, Darmer acid dyes, and just stuck it outside and let the sun do the rest. So I got my navy blue, and I had hand painted this 1/2 yellow, 1/2 blue, because I didn't want them to meet in the middle and end up with green. And I think I still ended up with a couple of green spots, but not enough to where I'm not going to use this yarn. So I'm just doing a regular, he wants a fitted hat. But it's funny because you never know how it's going to work up when you do. I mean, you would never assume that this would work up into this. And I'm not sure I like it, but at this point there's really nothing I can do about it, because like I said, if I try to mix the colors, then I'm going to end up with green. So he lives in St. Louis, where it's going to be cold this winter. So I like to do a double brim. So I did I think 20 rows, then I did a purl row, and I wanted to make sure the purl row was in navy, so when I fold it up and you get a little bit of navy here. And I'm getting ready to start alternating stripes. I want to do this in 20 rows, and I'm just making it up as I go along. The navy blue stripes are going to depend on how I like it to look. It might be 3, maybe 4, or what have you, but this is going to be a St. Louis Blues hat for him, and he wants it fitted. So I'm going to probably knit 8 inches and then start my decreases, and that way he'll have his fitted hat and he can represent his blues this winter. So that's what's on my needles now. And next up, and I don't have the yarn is over there, but next up is a Flying Solo Cowl. The Flying Solo Cowl is by Especially Crow Patterns, and I'm sure I'm mutilating that name, but anyway, so that's my next project. So I just wanted to stop in real quick, show you what I've finished, show you my finished projects, show you what I'm working on. I've been pretty monogamous as far as, oh, yeah, I say monogamous. Okay, remember the bingo card? Remember the socks I started on? Yeah, and the other ladies are cranking out socks left and right, and they're posting them on Instagram, and oh, my first sock, and I'm like, y'all are killing me. I have until, what do I have? I think all bingo projects have to be in, I want to say by the October, maybe November meeting, so I still have time. And I'm close. I am so close, but I guess I'm just scared to finish, because that means then I have to split it in half and then work on the heels and the toes. But I know I can do it. So, you know what? Hold on for a minute. Let me show y'all how much I've done so y'all can see what I need to get done. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. And you know, my socks are always in my trusty dusty little pouch that my girlfriend Chantel made me. And I decided to go with the Addy Flexi Flips. I got me the Addy Flexi Flips. I don't know if I had them the last time y'all saw this. But I've already, that's where the Afterthought heel is going to go. This is where I'm going to divide them. And this is how much progress I've had to the other one. So if I fold it in half, I don't have, wait a minute, let's fold it the other way. That way you can see how close I am to my other Afterthought. See? So I really don't have but maybe a couple of inches to go before I put in some more waste yarn for my Afterthought heel. So we have knitting too. I have 2 knitting groups to go to today. One from 2 to 4 at Panera Bread up in Summerville, South Carolina, and then another one from 4:30 to 7 in West Ashley, South Carolina. Which, yeah, total opposites. But anyway, so maybe I'll take this and work on this. But my hat is just as simple. Of course, places like that, when you go to a knitting group, the name is not synonymous with what happens. We start talking, we start laughing. You cannot take anything that is going to require any type of concentration, because you're not going to get it done, or you're going to end up coming back home and thinking what you did at the meeting because you just simply weren't paying attention. So maybe I'll take this. But I mean, I'm close. I will definitely have this pair of socks done and off my bingo card by October. It will happen. And trust and believe that this will probably be the only pair of socks I ever do. And I don't know why it's so stressful for me, but it is. But anyway, so that's my other project. But actually, this is good for me. I don't have but the hat and this on my needles that I'm cast on. My next project, I've got to tackle a sweater. But my problem is, and I guess I need to go, I know Gigi, when Gigi made it, had made a scarf through the cocoa knits where you could customize it for your body. Because see, that's my problem. Being a plus size woman, you know, they make these outfits, or they make a dress or a shirt or whatever, or even a coat. And it's the right size and, you know, and everything else, but the arms. I carry my weight in my arms. So trying to find a sweater or even a coat, because you remember last year when I was planning my trip to EYF and I was having such a hard time trying to find a coat that I could wear. Not that I really, thankfully I didn't need it in Scotland because it wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. So I'd have monkeyed if I'd had a coat on. But still, even my wedding, the dress I wore at the wedding, it had sleeves, but child, the sleeves were just. But thankfully, when I took I sew, or used to sew. I have a sewing machine somewhere collecting dust, but I don't use it. But thankfully, I knew enough to be able to take the sleeves off, and it looked like it was supposed to be a sleeveless dress. Thank goodness, because I would have never been able to wear it otherwise. So I said all this, and I think another squirrel ran in front of me because we were talking sweaters. So, and we were talking Gigi knits, using the cocoa knits method. That way I can customize it for my arms and actually make a sweater that's going to fit me and look flattering on me. So that's my next project. After I finish these socks, I'm not casting on a sweater until these socks are done. So, y'all hold me accountable. So if I get on here in a couple of weeks or a month and I don't have the socks done, but I have a sweater cast on, yeah. Let's hope, yeah. So. But that's it for me. So I am going to get up from here, and I am going to get ready for my meetings and my knit-ups, and go there and have fun and cut up with the ladies. Yeah. If you don't have a meeting, a meet up at least once a week with fellow crafters, so where you can just get together and talk and have fun, find one in your area, because it's the best stress reliever, and it's just nice to sit with people that understand your angst when your socks get put in the corner or what have you. So that is it for me for today. I don't think I have anything else to share. Can y'all see Caroline in the back? Y'all can see half of Caroline's head. Caroline is, how you have those knit and design places where you go in, paint and design, wine or whatever. And we did a alpaca one year, so you can see half of Caroline's face. And and we have one coming up next month where we're going to do yarn bowls. It's a palmetto clay ground or something. So we're supposed to go and do our own yarn bowls. So that's going to be fun. So maybe I'll take a little video of that. But I am going to go now for real, because I've said that twice. I'm going to let you all go about your day. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you're not sweltering hot like we are here in Charleston. But it is what it is. That's why they invented AC. I stay in the house. So take care, have fun, enjoy, and I will holler at you next time. Bye. Say hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
This is a group within a group. It's like 2 video.
And we're not even full today. This is a small group compared. Yeah, we hold yarn and we talk.